Have you ever felt like you're screaming into the world and no one is really listening? Like no matter how much you try to explain yourself, prove yourself, or show the world who you are, it just never lands? What if I told you the most powerful thing you could do right now is the opposite of what you've always believed? Not louder, but quieter. Not proving, but improving. Not chasing, but choosing. Before we dive in, take a second to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and most importantly, watch it all the way through. Because what I'm about to share with you could change your entire love life, your self-worth, and how you move in the world from this day forward. Let's talk about the hidden power behind focusing on yourself and staying silent. Let me take you back to a moment I've never really shared before. I was sitting in a room full of people I thought were my friends. I had just shared something vulnerable, an idea, a feeling, something that mattered to me. But as I looked around, I saw smirks, distractions, some of them checking their phones. And in that moment, it hit me like a punch to the chest. Why am I giving so much of myself to people who aren't even listening? I realized I had been talking too much, not just with words, but with energy. I was trying to be understood before I even understood myself. I wanted validation. I wanted love. I wanted recognition. But what I needed was silence. Here's what I learned and what you're about to learn about the power of focusing on yourself and staying silent. Part 1. Why we talk so much and why it's costing us. Think about this. From the moment we're young, we're taught to speak up, express ourselves, communicate our worth. Society rewards the loudest, the boldest, the ones who go for it. But what if going for it looks different? We often speak because we're afraid of being forgotten. We overshare because we want to feel seen. We argue because we want to be right. But behind all of that noise is one simple truth. Noise is often a mask for insecurity. Have you ever been in a situation where someone underestimated you? And you felt this rush to explain yourself, to list your achievements, to defend your choices, to tell them you're not who they think you are? I've been there. But what I didn't realize was, every time I tried to prove myself, I was handing them my power. The more you talk, the more you reveal. Not just about your life, but about your energy, your boundaries, your emotional triggers. And once someone knows those, they can manipulate them. Now think about the opposite. Think about the mystery of someone who doesn't over-explain, who listens more than they speak, who shows but doesn't tell. They hold a power, a confidence. And guess what? That power isn't accidental. It's built silently. Part 2, the shift from noise to presence. Let's imagine for a second you stop trying to explain your worth to people. Stop chasing people who aren't choosing you. Stop arguing with people who don't understand your journey because they were never meant to walk it. What if you woke up one day and decided, I'm done talking. I'm done trying to convince. I'm just going to focus on me, quietly, deeply, consistently. This is when life begins to change. You start going to the gym not to post it on Instagram, but to build a body you feel at home in. You start reading, not to sound smart at parties, but to expand your inner world. You start making money, not to flex, but to build freedom and choices. When you focus on yourself in silence, you become the kind of person who doesn't have to announce success. Because success becomes undeniable. People start noticing you, not because you screamed for attention, but because you radiated change. And here's the most important part. You start attracting better love. Why? Because now, you're no longer desperate. You're not begging to be seen. You're not performing. You're just existing in your truth. And that is magnetic. Part 3. Silence is your strategy, not your weakness. Let me ask you something powerful. Have you ever seen a lion announce itself before it attacks? No, it moves in silence. It studies, it waits. It strikes only when necessary. You're not weak for staying silent. You're strategic. You're conserving energy, observing, growing. You're creating results in silence that will one day speak louder than any post, any caption, any story. People will ask, what happened to them? And the answer will be simple. They stopped talking. They started working. They evolved. Part 4, the return, how it changes your relationships. Let's bring this home. Maybe you're watching this because you've been hurt. Maybe someone walked away, overlooked you, rejected you, ghosted you, and you've been wanting to say something. Anything. A long message, a call, a confrontation. But what if I told you, Your silence is the loudest message you could ever send. When you stop chasing, stop begging, stop explaining, you reclaim your dignity. You show the world and yourself, I don't need to perform to be valuable. You focus on your body, your mind, your peace, your money, your purpose. You build the life they thought you could never build without them. And one day, when they circle back, because they always do, you'll be so rooted, so whole, so elevated, that their return won't excite you. It'll just confirm everything you already knew. You were the prize all along. Part 5. Practical steps to focus and stay silent. Okay, let's get practical. Because this isn't just about theory, it's about transformation. Here's how you start focusing on yourself and staying silent. 1. Create a no-explain rule. Don't explain your choices unless you want to. Not everyone deserves access to your thoughts. 2. Practice daily self-check-ins. Ask, how do I feel today? What do I need? Where am I neglecting myself? 3. Set silent goals. Write 3 to 5 goals: fitness, finance, emotional. Don't tell anyone. Just build. 4. Audit your circle. Remove energy drainers. Add value bringers. Protect your peace like it's oxygen. 5. Build a silent routine. Wake up early. Journal. Meditate. Train. Read. Work. Reflect. No need to post. Just become it. 6. Reward yourself in private. You don't need applause. Learn to clap for yourself. You don't owe the world explanations while you're healing. You don't need to announce every move while you're evolving. Let your glow-up be felt, not posted. Part 6. The real you was waiting in the silence. Let me leave you with this story. There's a version of you that you've never fully met. They're calm, focused, magnetic, powerful, loved, chosen, in control. They've been waiting for you to stop being distracted, to stop performing, to stop explaining, and just listen. Listen to what your heart is really asking for. Listen to how much energy you've been wasting trying to be understood. Listen to the silence, because in the silence is where you finally hear yourself. If you've made it this far, I want to say this to you. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are simply being called to go inward. So do it. Focus on yourself. Stay silent. Become powerful. And when they ask what happened to you, smile and let the silence answer.